in the beginning, everybody's excited. In the beginning, everybody's going to become a billionaire. In the beginning, everybody's going to conquer the world. But after a few weeks, a few months, maybe even a few years, they start to get tired. They start to get frustrated. They start to ask, why is this so hard? They start to ask, why is this so hard for me? And they think it's just them. And they think the whole fucking universe is coming down on them. And that's when people quit. And guys, we all feel that way. We all have times of frustration. We all have times of anger. We all have times of why me? Why is this so hard for me? But at the end of the day, guys, when you start feeling that massive frustration, that massive anger, that massive irritation and massive stress, you are about to have a breakthrough. And along your journey in becoming great at anything, you're going to have these curves appear over and over and over again.
To make changes in any organization, you have to have a measure of very high persistency. You've got to go on and on and on and on. If you don't have that persistency, very often you fall off just when success is around the corner.
You took the acting classes?
Yeah, I took acting classes. Even in my acting classes, I couldn't get a part.
Oh, my Lord.
I mean, that's the truth. That's
really?
the truth, yeah.
That, the much vaunted Twitter was a failure, a complete failure for 2 years. Nobody used it. And if they took the mindset of, well, if it doesn't work in 2 weeks, we got to go do something else, you never would have heard of it.
You know why people do what they do? The people who go after their stuff, what makes it worth it? It's got to be your passion. You got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to love it. It's got to be what you are supposed to do. You want to sing, and even though they want to invite you to Carnegie Hall, you're going to sing to anybody that listen to you, including singing to yourself. I used to talk to my plants when nobody else would listen to me. You got to write, even if no one published your book, write, because that was given to you to do. You do what it is you're supposed to. You're supposed to build something. You're supposed to create something. I don't know how to do it. Learn. Do whatever is required. Just go out there. It's you. It's on you. You got to make that happen. Nobody's going to bring it to you on a silver platter and say, here's your dream manifested.
One of the things that happens, especially when you're starting out, is you write stories and you send them out. In my head, as a young man, whenever I would send out a story, what I would expect to have happen was the following morning, a limo would show up at my house and people would get out of it and they would say, "This is yours. We loved your story so much. You never have to work again. Just thank you. Thank you for writing this story, which we are going to publish and make sure everybody in the whole world reads." And instead, 6 weeks later, it would come back with a little slip saying, "Not quite right for us," or whatever. Really, I kind of dealt with it by just vowing to myself that, I would try and write things that were so brilliant that nobody could reject them.
Then right from the beginning, you must, make up your mind. Doesn't matter. Even may take millions of billions of eons. Doesn't matter. After all, what is the purpose of our life? The meaning of existence? Nothing. You realize something positive. Then even days and months or eon, it is meaningful. Once you involve or dedicated or determined practice.
You need to have practiced, to have apprenticed for 10,000 hours before you get good. So every great classical composer, without exception, composes for at least 10 years before they write their masterwork.
Mozart, 10.
Mozart is composing at 11, but he's composing garbage at 11. I mean, he doesn't produce something great until he's 22 or 23. Concerto number 9, I think, 271.
And, you know, you just have to show up and show out so often. Time after time, you got to wake up and you got to drive. You got to be driven to go get something done now. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be willing to stand on your beliefs. Because a lot of times you're the only one who can see it. You dig? And other people, they don't see it really. But you got to really believe in what you got inside of you that's telling you and driving you to a certain goal for something.
I can dig.
Yeah.
Perseverance is a hard work you do after you get tired of doing hard work you already did.
You resign yourself to writing lots and lots of rubbish. You just got to write that out of your system, and sooner or later you'll hit what you know you really should be doing and what is your genre. And perseverance, you've got to persevere, because it's a career with a lot of knockbacks, but the rewards are huge. I don't mean in the sense that if that's what you really want to do, to be able to do it lifelong is the best thing in the world.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. In the acting business, you fail all the time. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're gonna get a haircut.
I found a job I love. That's not how it works. Both of those things require hard work. You are in love because you work very hard every single day of your life to stay in love. You find a job that brings you ultimate joy because you work hard every single day to serve those around you, and you maintain that joy. It's not a discovery. But the problem is the sense of impatience. It's as if an entire generation is standing at the foot of a mountain. They know exactly what they want. They can see the summit. What they can't see is the mountain. This large, immovable object.
One of the greatest, probably the greatest rock climber of his generation. As you know, I've been a climber most of my life. Tommy Caldwell, he's in a category of one. And I was out climbing with Tommy one day, and I said to him, Tommy, what makes you different? He has a record. He has 6 climbs on El Cap that have never been repeated. Okay, he is 10x in extreme environments. And I said, Tommy, what is it that you have? You're not necessarily more physically gifted. You're not necessarily stronger, right? You're certainly physically gifted, all those things, but you're not this incredible athlete that just was born this way. And in fact, he had lost a finger in an accident. He cut a finger off. And so he's doing this minus one of his an important finger. Yeah. And he thought about it for a long moment. He said, I can remain focused on and suffer for the big thing longer than anyone else. And I think that's what these people, the curiosity keeps them going, but once they get their hands on what they see as the thing, they don't let go. And they can stay with it and suffer for it.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
I love basketball so much. I love playing it. I just never thought that I could make it to college, NBA, or stand up here today in front of you guys and be an NBA MVP. So many people believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So many people doubted me and motivated me every single day to be who I am. I failed so many times and got back up. I've been through the toughest times with my family, but I'm still standing.
I watched my wife when she got diagnosed. I watched my wife have terrible days, and she probably missed 2 days of work the whole time she had MS. I watched her go to work, and I'm like, boo, why in the world would you get up and go to work? You don't even need the money. Why would you do it? It's cold. It's 10 degrees in Michigan, and your MS flare up when it's cold. What are you doing? She said, I can't see my daughter. I can't have my daughter see me weak. Because my daughter gonna be married one day. And my daughter gonna face tragedy one day, and I have to show her how to do it. And so I get up and get dressed, and I go to work every day so my baby girl can know how to get through trials, because one day she ain't gonna be under our roof, and she gonna have to do it alone. And I don't wanna talk, I wanna model what it looks like. And my daughter got on the prayer line. She was at prayer meeting the other day, told her testimony. She's like, yo, I ain't even feel like going to school. I ain't feel like walking a mile to go to class. And I thought about it. My mom got a chronic illness. And if my mom in her 40s can get up with a chronic illness and go to work, why surely I can get up at 18 years old and go to class. It worked. It worked.
I've had a lot of people try to tear me down.
Sure.
But I'm here. And I've always been myself, and I've always wanted that, and I've been graceful, and I've tried to handle myself with as much class, and it's only because I know how hard I work. And I'm not gonna let any of that get to me.
Seed has to be planted. A seed got to have dirt put on top of it. If you take a seed and throw it on the concrete and walk off, the sun just burn it up. But guess what? Logically, in my mind, it doesn't make sense that to grow something, you should dig a hole, put it down in there, and cover it with dirt. Logically, that don't make no sense to me. But oh, though. See, dirt is necessary for growth and development. Dirt builds character. Dirt gives you the push-through factor. Dirt makes you come with it when you don't feel like coming with it no more. And you get dirt in a lot of different ways. All of y'all that had dirt thrown on you. And dirt ain't always what you want. It's somebody talking about you down on your job. It's somebody accusing you of something that you didn't do. It's somebody telling you you ain't gonna make it. It's somebody sharing information about you that ain't true. That everybody get dirt put on them. But see, when you getting put under that stress, please know God is always working. Kirk Franklin's song, God is always working, so I smile. Because I know he back there. See, that dirt builds character in you. When they talking about you, it teaches you to withstand it. Right. Then it gives you something to push through. So when you put the seed and you put the dirt on it, if you understand stress, stress really ain't just dirt. Stress, see, they don't call it dirt when they plant it. They call it soil. Because, see, soil has nutrients in it. What the nutrients, when people talking about you, dogging you, lying on you, backbiting, stealing from you, talking about you, they're actually putting nutrients in you. They're building character. You got character now. Because now, everything you see above ground that blossoms and plants and grows and that's beautiful, it was underground one time. See, you want to be successful, well, then you got to prove yourself. You got to push through the dirt.
One thing I've learned over the years from my coach is that the last one is the most important one. That's when you improve. So if you got 16, you're in 5, and you're tired, you're dying, you gotta even take take a little bit more rest time, take 1 more minute and go. Because that's when you start improving. That's when the work pays off now, because your legs are dead and you gotta push your body. You gotta overcome. It's like you're moving past a barrier, moving a step forward. A lot of people just want to stop because they're dead tired. But you gotta do that extra one, because that's when you improve.
A champion is just one who can come out at the last minute and close the show. As they say, the star closes the show. A 14, 15 round fight, and it's even, and usually this champion, you can depend on him to come through the last few seconds and find some energy from somewhere. Mark Spitz, this Olympic track star was mentioning, he wasn't that much greater than all the people in the world, but sometime he won by just that much.
Every single champion is the same as every ordinary person. The only differential is that they show up to the event every single day. They see failure as a learning curve. They welcome failure. You learn more from failure than you ever will from success. So showing up and getting knocked on your ass, finding intestinal fortitude, stand back up and re-face that endeavor is going to be the overriding factor that makes a difference. How do you know when you're doing those things? The small things in life add up to those big monumental things. When I say the small things, it's a character building block, that your name means something. You hold value to your name. If you drop trash on the ground, you pick it up because that's your responsibility. You hold value to yourself. When you shake someone's hand, you look them in the eye, you give them a firm handshake because you're here for a purpose. Everything you do to the best of your ability. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it's the fact that you're doing it, so therefore it means something to you. Because, the title out there doesn't mean shit. You win the title, fine. That title will not get you another title. What you're trying to build is legacy.
Thank you so much for watching Believe Nation. This is a continuation of my Believe film series. I would love to know, what did you think of this version? What do you think about the changes that we made on this episode? Any thoughts, any room for improvement, anything you want to add, please leave it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon.
If you tell yourself a story long enough, you start to believe it. And once you believe it, you act like it.
I have tussled with a whale, I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. Now you know I'm bad. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
The fundamental key to success is
it can take between 18 and 254 days of taking action for a new habit to stick. I've created a new course called 254 Confidence, where every single day for 254 days, I will be sending you a video between 30 seconds and 5 minutes long that you start your morning with around making you feel confident. It's absolutely free. Check out the link in the description below to get access.